specific and unique accomplishment of these young people here wearing the caps and gowns before us. I'd like to welcome, I see from our faculty, Dr. Deshpande and Dr. Diamond, two of our leading professors in the School of Business who also taught in our program, these soon-to-be graduates. Thank you for coming, both of you. Did I miss anybody else? It's a busy time for our faculty. I got several notes that they wish they could be here, but they couldn't, so we're glad to have the two of you, the quality, be able to make it. I'd like to thank Susie, who's single-handedly put this ceremony together, and has also been instrumental in making everything work at the University of San Diego. Sam for making our distance learning program the gold standard for online and web-based education. Sam. Stephanie, who can't be here today, but whose work you all recognize allows you to focus on your academics and not have to deal with some of the bureaucratic necessities of working at a university. I know that many of you are very happy to be here. This day has come. You're going to get your weekends and your evenings back. But also many of you in the audience are also very happy that this day has come because you get your friend, your loved one's time back, the time that they spent preparing papers, being on the phone or online with team members, doing their schoolwork was frequently time taken away from you. And so, with the exception of a few of you who have a little bit still left to do, which I got to hear about this morning, your time is your own again, and so congratulations. And the week after that, the next semester starts for cohort 51, 50, and 49. And in December, cohort 49 will be sitting where you are now. So while you all move into your future lives, we're still here. We're still here educating future cohorts about the principles and things you've learned in this program. You know how to find us. We're here. Please keep reaching back to us. We'll be reaching out to you. It is your program. Congratulations for your accomplishments, and thank you for taking the time and initiative to learn with us. Well done to all of you. It's now my honor to introduce the Dean of the School of Business Administration at the University of San Diego, Dr. David Pike. He has his MA and his PhD from the Wharton School, University of Pennsylvania, his MBA from Drexel University, and his undergraduate degree from Haverford College. He formerly was a professor of operations management and associate dean at the Amos Tuck School of Business Administration at Dartmouth College. He is a frequent faculty at executive programs, has taught at the International University of Japan, the Helsinki School of Economics, and other institutions around the world. He has consulted for many well-known companies to include the RAND Corporation, Accenture, Corning, DHL, Eaton, Home Depot, and Markham, and serves on the board of directors of GW Plastics, Concept NREC, and the Lawala Community Alliance, a nonprofit focused on community development in Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to have Dr. Pike here with us to celebrate the graduation of Cohort 48. Dr. Dave Pike.
Thanks. Well, congratulations. This is awesome. Really awesome, actually. I remember graduating several times. One master's degree is probably enough, but if you want to keep coming, we have work for you if you want, and lots of great opportunities to take your tuition money and help you further your education. As Bob said, I came from Dartmouth College. I spent 21 years in Hanover, New Hampshire. Those of you who had the pleasure, it's a small town of about 11,000 in ski country, mountain country, rural New Hampshire, about 2 hours north of Boston. And it's a wonderful place, 4 traffic lights. There are no traffic reports on the radio at all. You cannot hear a traffic report on the radio. On the other hand, the weather reports last about 15 minutes because there's always, as they say in New Hampshire, there's always weather coming, and so something new is going to happen every day. When we moved to San Diego 2 years ago, almost to the day, we discovered that the weather reports are almost non-existent in San Diego, about the same as yesterday, but the traffic reports last for quite some time. 78's backed up, I-5 North is backed up, etc., and etc., and etc., and you're trying to figure out what surface streets am I going to take to get home. I'm going to tell you a little story about an experience I had. We lived in the first 10 years when we were in New Hampshire. We lived on a hill, a bunch of homes on this hill. We had a fairly steep driveway. The driveway went up steep, and then it got real steep in the last maybe 10 yards, and then flattened out into the carport from where you walked up through the ice and rain and snow with 3 young boys and groceries and everything else. It was an interesting time. One day, I was coming home from work. It was late winter. It had snowed about 2 inches. The streets had gotten covered with snow. And then it warmed up a little bit. These things happened there. It warmed up a little bit and melted the snow and then refroze. So all the streets, our driveway, the yards, everything was like a sheet of ice. And then just to add a little more excitement to life, it misted rain very lightly on top of that ice. It was like, those of you who have ever played ice hockey or skated at all, it was like a Zamboni had gone down the streets of Hanover and smoothed them off. You could have ice skated down the streets. I'm driving home, made it onto Rayton Road, which is our street, and it was going fine. I was going 25 miles an hour, feeling pretty confident. The car, little Honda Accord, front-wheel drive, was doing just fine. I decide, turns out to have been a mistake, I decide to try to run the driveway. And I can make it up, because I didn't really want to park at the bottom and, you know, slosh my way up and so on. The boys are out there in the yard playing in the ice and snow, having a ball. So I come up the driveway, and I'm doing okay until about 15 yards before the end, and then I start to slow down. The wheels start to spin. I'm in second gear. They're going, and I'm just pushing it. And I hit that real steep part, and the car stops.
As an engineer, was in the defense business on a torpedo development program. You were my target. Despite the risk of friendly fire, that was how we tested our weapon system, and I've always had an affinity for the challenges of the undersea environment. Well, again, thanks, Bob. It's a privilege to be here. Amazing to think that 4 years ago I was sitting where you all are sitting now. It's been quite a journey since then, and my intention today is to try and connect my experiences since then to your curriculum and some of your experiences. Welcome to the friends and family that are here. I know that you've sacrificed in some part as well, as all of these great students here were working on papers late at night or had to leave and hook up with their teammates to work on a team project. So it's truly a celebration for all of you. Now, Bob mentioned teamwork. I know that you learned volumes about teamwork through this program. You learned about each other's work-study habits. Probably drove you a little bit crazy, maybe, if it was anything like my cohort. It's a part of working together. You learned about each other's personality differences and quirks. But you fought through all of those differences. You found what you needed to succeed and achieve a class objective while keeping your relationships intact. And I can tell you that's a real life experience that you gained through this program. I think it's a very important aspect of it.